Good evening, Dean Davidson, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist here. Time for a update on Hurricane Irene, and this hurricane is plowing through the Bahamas at this hour, looking like it's going to get close to the area of Nassau, which is over here. They're going to be getting hurricane force winds overnight here as this storm continues to get itself together. It's a Cat 3 storm. It continues on its northwest to west-northwest heading, and see the banding starting to get towards Florida. So this storm's continually expanding. The wind's profile was 60 miles out. Hurricane force winds are 60 miles out, 230 miles on the tropical storm force winds. This storm is big, and it only will expand as it goes further to the north. This is the latest satellite imagery here, infrared satellite imagery, and water vapor here on Irene. You see on the strictly water vapor imagery, you can see this buzzsaw look to it, and nicely tight wrapped hurricane. Here's Florida. Here's the first trough digging out. We're going to have a front come through the eastern United States with possibility of severe weather. We're really not going to go too much into that. With Philly down through Roanoke, we're not a little complacent on this hurricane, but there is a chance of severe weather with damaging winds, hail, and isolated tornadoes tomorrow along that area. But let's get back to Irene. Irene will continue its northwest heading before then turn north and the north-northeast. It should come right over the Outer Banks, and we'll take a look at the computer models here in a couple minutes. But this is looking like it's going to be a big hit for North Carolina and further up the coast. As you'll see in my text, I made sure I was very clear on the impacts that I see at this point for either of those locations. You can look at Mike Masco's page. Or Mike Masco's blog. He shows that reasoning behind some of the stuff from Mike DeFino. I mean, look at all of the liveweatherblogs.com meteorologists. We're pretty much all having this feeling of big storm hit on Carolinas, and then up in the New Jersey, Long Island, Boston area after that. One troughs out, the next short wave will come in, and this will eventually be what turns it north, and then the weakness up here, depending where it is, which is going to be in the Carolina area, it's going to be in this generalized area, will push this hurricane center over the Outer Banks. Not the hurricane. The hurricane itself will be widespread. The cloud base will be very wide and over most of Virginia and North Carolina when this occurs. The tropical storm force winds will extend out into North Carolina and Virginia, and hurricane force winds along the coastline and maybe 20-30 miles inland at this point, looking at the latest information. I'll take a look at some computer models. 11 o'clock map is in here, and you can see this hurricane coming over near Morehead City and the Outer Banks. Looks very probable now. Moving up along the coastline of New Jersey and then into Long Island, into Massachusetts. That would bring a lot of problems for Boston, Massachusetts. This is a serious track right now. This is an extremely serious situation. Watches and warnings, I wouldn't be surprised, start going up soon on the Carolina coastline. Hurricane wind probability as closer is increasing towards the Carolina coastline and the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And tropical storm force winds are becoming almost guaranteed on New Jersey, South. All these areas are almost guaranteed for tropical storm force winds at this point. Here's the hurricane track. We'll take the models off first. This is the official hurricane track from the Hurricane Center. You can see how this is going to all affect. Remember I was talking earlier, Cape Hatteras. What's that show? Right on Cape Hatteras. So the official track has it on Cape Hatteras. This will be hurricane force winds all along these areas in North Carolina, New Bern, Havelock, Jacksonville, up through Washington, Portsmouth, Goldsboro probably get into the hurricane force winds, Suffolk, Norfolk, Newport News, Salisbury. These are going to be hurricane force winds along the coast. Barnegat, Atlantic City, Toms River, looking good chance of hurricane force winds. Look how close it comes to the coast of New Jersey. That is a very close. It's like a 25 to 50 mile radius probably from the coastline, and that's not good because I said this storm has 60 miles expanded hurricane force winds and a 230 tropical storm, and this will only expand as it goes north because of interacting with the front. So we're talking probably hurricane force winds will probably span close to 100 miles out from the center by the time it gets in this area, and tropical storm force winds 300 to 350 miles wouldn't be surprising. Let's go back down here and want to overlay the computer model data now, and you can see, look at the computer models. The consensus is very close. These are tightly together, these computer models, and are getting tighter up here in the New Jersey area. So that's why you have, taking the official track off, that's why you have the official track overlays the consensus of these models. And it's not looking good for New York City, Philadelphia, Washington. You're all going to get windy and rainy. And Dr. Forbes from the Weather Channel, which I respect him a lot, this is probably the worst, the worst tropical weather you've seen probably in your lifetime. So very serious words coming out here, and we'll keep it up to date here at liveweatherblogs.com. See some tropical storm warnings along the coastline. We're expecting hurricane watches to go off along the North Carolina coastline in the morning. We advise you to stay with liveweatherblogs.com for all your latest weather information. We'll have an update again tomorrow. All the meteorologists here and staff are working on it. Great member blogs. I'm reading them. Very good blogs going out there. So be very careful. We're going to have more information as time goes along. I'll be passing along also the evacuations when they start occurring. Stay with liveweatherblogs.com, and we'll keep you updated. For liveweatherblogs.com, meteorologist Dean Davison. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you again soon.